This is a special episode of Famidaily, and no, it's not because it's a Mahjong game. It's that today's episode marks the point when I am 365 days from completing this. Almost 2 full years down, 1 year to go. As for today's game, yep, it's Mahjong. As much as I will complain about Japanese game libraries having way too much Mahjong in them, the Famicom really hasn't been that bad. Especially not when compared to things like the Super Famicom or the PlayStation. But there's plenty of Mahjong on the system, which was a really good thing for Mahjong fans because Jangou is terrible. Even in my non-Mahjong expert eyes, I can tell that this is a really bad Mahjong game. The title technically means sparrow, but in Mahjong playing communities in Japan, it also refers to somebody who became famous by playing Mahjong. The first thing that you're going to find when you start the game is a list of registered players. There's a battery save that keeps track of the win-loss records for each player, and when you enter yourself into the roster, you also have to enter a PIN. That way nobody else can play with your account. Once you've registered yourself, you select yourself, enter the PIN, and then pick out 3 other people on the roster to play against. They don't have different AIs based on the win-loss record, and when the computer is playing as them, it doesn't affect the record anyways. So there's absolutely no reason to have this. Then we can start playing Mahjong. And for those unaware at this point, Mahjong is a set-building game very similar to Rummy. The version that's played in Japan is Riichi Mahjong, and it's characterized by having a very complicated scoring system and having certain hands that players are required to build before they're allowed to go out. So I'm pretty terrible at Mahjong. To stand any kind of chance, I basically have to play with a list of hands in front of me. And when I play these Famicom Mahjong games, I'm usually trying for the simplest hands. All runs of 3 or all sets of 3. Plus 1 pair that you're required to have. The thing is, I noticed that the AI was playing similar to me. It also seemed to just be going for the most basic of hands. Every round I played was extremely low scoring. If a player discards a tile that you can use, you're automatically prompted to take it. You can hit the B button to reject that, or the A button to accept it. One of the things that bothered me the most while I was playing was I found that the tile set was extremely hard to read in Jangou. The tiles are squished so that they can fit all 4 players on screen, and it makes a lot of the tiles difficult to read. And that's really everything I saw on this one. Even in Japan, the few people who note its existence call it out as the worst Mahjong game on the Famicom. I'm not one to automatically dismiss one of these games just due to its genre. But there's nothing in Jangou that would make it worth picking out above any other Mahjong game on the system. We've seen Mahjong games with tournaments, with a pack of varied AIs, with a special controller, with powers that the players can abuse in order to get an advantage. Jangou is a bare-bones nothing package of a Mahjong game, and I don't even think it's as interesting to play against as Nintendo's original Mahjong. If you really need an 8-bit Mahjong fix, pick a different one.